Hey guys, I'm back, and I've got a cool unit for you here. This is one of our first steps into actually putting it all together, right? We've been doing so much work in the structural foundation of a bot, and then understanding the referencing of bots and stuff like that. And now I'm going to show you kind of the quick way of getting something down on paper really quick. I call this blobs to bots. Okay. There's other ways to go about it, and there is much more precise. But this is going to be just a quick little lesson for you in understanding how to lay it out kind of simply, and then come up with something fast, right? Okay, so make more sense once I get into it. All right, so blobs and bots. Well, this is going to look. Let's see. I'm going to put this layer as a blob, and okay, so I've got this blob, and how am I going to do this? Let's see. I don't know. I'm just trying to think. I'm kind of jumping around for brush sizes here. Maybe something like this. Here's a blob, right? I'm kind of putting a blob here. Maybe some axle back there, like that. One that hooks there. One that hooks there. Maybe rockets on the back. I don't know. So you can see, like, I kind of got a blob there, right? Okay. I'm actually going to back this out just a little bit. Now let's see, how do I do this? Well, I can start to take the, I want that a little bit bigger. I can start to take the form of this blob, right? And let's see if I can add some type of cockpit into it. Well, there we go. Okay. How cool is that? It's already starting to work, right? So I've got this coming up here, maybe some type of housing here, right? And I'm just kind of drawing in different lines to show where everything's going. This comes into the leg. Let's see if I kind of box it out. And I'm going a little fast, but not too fast that I don't think you can follow along, right? Here's the knee joint, right? Here's the back part of this. And maybe something there, right? So it comes back into the leg, and then this one splays out, maybe splays out, something like this, right? And so these come down into there, and then maybe with some type of something back there, right? So nice and simple footwork, something like that, right? In the back here, well, we already talked about munitions. There. So really, and I can make this kind of see-through if I want to put a seat with control dash in here, a steering mechanism, that type of thing, right? That is a super fast little sketch, right? Like crazy fast. What did that take me? I don't know. I'm trying to look at the time here. A minute? 2 minutes, right? From blob to a bot. Let's see if I can do that again. Okay, I'm going to do another blob here. And what I'm doing is I'm just using kind of a fat marker. I'm going over it a little bit fat, and then just to see where that leads me, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, so I'm going to do this again. I'll make it even bigger. I'm going to go fat, have this, and then kind of jump down and have, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. I already kind of got like a spider thing in mind, right? So let's see if I can do this. Well, what I was thinking was, I've got this kind of, oops, messed up on that one. Didn't see this over here. There we go. And so I've got this top housing, this bottom housing, maybe some type of pivot joint, right? This can come here, this one can come here, this one can come up here, and this back one can come there. Okay, so and do I want a cockpit, or do I want like an observational Oh, I could put a turret up here or something like that, right? Talked about tapering turrets. Adding in venting, right? Adding in a hatch here. Maybe there can be an observer with, he's looking at something off in the distance or something like that. This is, you want to keep this as rough a sketch as possible. There we go. Okay, there's a nice spider mech bot anti-aircraft. Maybe it gets a pivot, it gets to move around really fast and stuff, right? Spotting. I can even throw like some type of radar device on the back, right? And I'm gonna check the time again. Again, I just sketched out a little bot concept in 2 minutes. That's how long that takes. That's why I call this like the easy way, right? Or at least the easy way to start. I think that's where it's important, right? Like that you can just get rolling with it, taking so much of what we've learned so far, and just starting to throw down like this blob on a piece of paper, right? Let's try one more. And like I said, if you're following along with me, it's cool. If you're not, that's cool too. It's really up to you. I want to have something. So I'm gonna put. That's too big. Put my main box up here. This is where I'm thinking. The main box, the body, right? What do I got next? Another box here. I'll put a hand here and a hand here. Sometimes I do that. I like kind of throw hands around, right? Like I'll throw a hand here. And I'm like, okay, well, this can kind of come down here. This can kind of come up like that, right? Actually, I guess I should have done it from there. You can already see I'm kind of like using my simplified skeleton a little bit, right? So I'm making this. So here's that hip joint, right? I'm making this very much like what we had before. So this is going to come up to a knee and then down. This will come back to a knee and then down like that, something like that, right? And then heads here. You can tell my confidence is like, well, let's see. Okay, so this is I'm just kind of gonna rough in what would be a foot here, that type of thing, right? Rough into what should be a leg. I'm gonna go with my Optimus Prime easy front grill type of thing, even though it doesn't have to be prime or anything like that. I'm gonna have this shoulder, have it coming down into an arm, have this coming in, big forearm, hand, big forearm, hand, maybe huge gun, right? Back into this leg, and of course I'm going to add some depth into this and into this knee joint. This kind of seems to flare down here, and there we go. Then we have that. There. We've got different types of bots that were just roughly blocked in, sometimes using a simple blob, other times using a bit of a fast skeleton, right? Are these pretty? No. Not yet. Could we make them pretty? Well, yeah. That's what we're going to do in upcoming units. We're going to start to show and flow with a little bit of polish on this thing, right? But this here, this is fast and furious, right? This is nice and easy. This is how you start to just throw it down on paper and then start to rough it out, put your blocks in, put your shapes in, put your simple forms in, and then you build something kind of beautiful using all those references and knowledges that we have coming into here, right? Okay, guys, like I said, this was going to be fast. It's going to be easy. And at 10 minutes, that's what you got. use it.